Hello, I'm Colonel Failure, and I'm playing Factorio with my dearest friend.
Orbital Potato, hello.
Uh, Good day to you. What's going on? So, at the end of the last gripping instalment, we were beset on all sides by alien filth who took out some of our biters. No, who were biters and took out a fair chunk of our power grid. This was unfortunate, but these things happen when you don't prepare to face off the alien menace. Let's put some lights on so you can see what I'm doing. So we've replaced that. We've built some defences, but we're also working towards the goal of having smart facilities, whereby we don't make more resources than we absolutely need. And in order to do that, I'm having to make lots of logistic-y chess type behaviour. So right now, what I'm trying to do is just clear the backlog because the iron is jamming the copper. And as such, it's meaning that we're not actually using up iron at the same speed we should be doing. So I'm going to clear out this backlog, and then we'll proceed. What are you working on today?
I'm sort of working on the accumulator farm at the moment, and also the sort of defenses for that sort of area with the brand new laser turrets that we've got. And then I'll probably start replacing some old gun turrets with laser turrets because that's probably the next stage. And then probably after that, upping our power output probably
Absolutely.
to charge up the accumulators.
I have been told repeatedly what the perfect ratio is for power production, because we're not using it. And I've been told in no uncertain terms that unless I pay attention to what the people on the forum keep telling me is the perfect ratio, then I'm just going to be mocked on all sides. So when it comes time to rebuild our power facilities, I'll let you in on that secret.
What is the perfect ratio?
I don't know.
I
It's there's a 14 in there somewhere. I'll look it up. But yeah, apparently that's a thing that I have to do now. So look forward to that, huh? Because everybody likes perfect ratios.
Well, I'm more excited about what you're promising to do with the oil production facility thing.
Yes. So our oil right now is being made in a functional fashion, but it's not pretty.
Functional.
Functional is fine.
Functional, yeah.
Yeah, it's what we need. But it's not laid out in any kind of a glorious fashion. So I'll take a pickaxe to it at some point and do that nicely. But I mean, this is the stage that we've reached, is where I am basically in the mood for destroying much of what we've already made, and building it again, but nicer. So
I'm in that sort of mood as well. I feel you there.
okay, good. So yeah, at the moment, what I'm doing is I've just torn up all of our iron mines, to let the storage backlog ease a little. But I'll have that up and running again in no time flat. And of course, we're not doing any research at the moment, because I've demolished the research area. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm okay with that actually. Like that's not too much of a big issue for us because we're quite far through the research, and then pretty much all the other important techs are all blue flask anyway. So
yeah, absolutely. So we need to get blue flasks up sooner rather than later. And
yeah.
And I know that I agreed that I was going to be the one to do that.
Yeah, I think unfortunately you were.
Me.
Or I think maybe fortunately for me anyway, you were.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get the iron extraction back in business as my first order of the day, and then I'll go from there.
Oh, go for it. Like that's important. That's really really important.
It's something we need.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a ton of accumulators. Seems that we've got more than enough power at the moment to sort of supply them.
Well, let's hope so.
That's the dream.
Let's hope so. Let's stick a couple up here. All right, that'll probably do it. Yeah, I'm trying to set this up in such a way that we don't go overboard on creating iron. because half the point of this is that, I mean, firstly, it's going to mean that we accomplish the goal of not having zillions of resources left over. What the hell is that? Oh, they've got a. You see, it shows how much attention I pay. That was a radar dish. I've not seen the new design.
There's a new design?
There's a new design to this build. You've probably seen it, but that was the first time I'd kind of spotted it.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Right, what do I need? I need advanced circuits, which I've got. I also need smart chests, which means I need steel. Steel, that's what I'm lacking. Okay.
There we go.
Good stuff. I'll come up and have a look at your accumulator bank when you're happy with it.
It's well, I just tore it all down and then rebuilt it because I wasn't happy with the way it was looking.
That is the system.
Yeah.
You know, tear it all down, build it back up.
Well, I was just thinking of all the wasted energy that they were holding, but try not to think about that too much.
Okie doke.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Are they actually storing power?
They are actually storing power. Yes,
that's good.
They're charging. So and they're charging quite fast. So.
Yeah, well they'll be taking power out from the boiler system.
Yeah.
I mean the whole purpose of this is so that we've got redundancy in place for
the laser turrets.
Laser turrets. If all the laser turrets have to kick off at exactly the same moment,
then they can.
That we have the power available for them to do so.
Yep. Totally.
Right, so the copper has switched back off again, exactly as it should. We've almost... So the copper's switched off, and we have almost 400 in the logistics system. So like I was saying last time round, we've set the limit to 100, but it means that by the time it finishes processing everything that's been sent into the system, it will actually be quite a lot more than 100 that ends up in there.
So what is that actual number?
It's probably going to be around the 400 mark. The last of the copper is coming in now.
Yeah, plus all the stuff on the belts as well.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean the stuff on the belts is part of the problem.
Yeah, it's around 600, I would say.
Yeah,
probably copper in the chests at the moment.
So there you go. So I'm going to do the same thing with iron very shortly.
That's pretty good. Although I don't know, I sort of feel that the production should be more tied to the amount that we have in our chests, you know? Or is that just maybe that's just me?
How
I don't
do you
know.
mean?
I don't know at all.
So you're just saying words?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, you keep doing that. That sounds. Actually, why am I using? I don't need to be using bloody provider chests here. What an idiot! All right. Oh, I've got wooden chests galore, so I'll make a switcheroo.
Well, no, put it this way. I mean, like, do you not think that when we ask for 100 copper, it should give us 100 copper and not like 400? Does that make sense?
Well, the hundred number there is. It's basically that's just the overfill. And if you wanted exactly 100 copper when you ask for 100 copper, the easiest way to do that is going to be using logistics robots.
Okay.
But we want to avoid using logistics robots too excessively because
they're not fun. They just
they make it too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got no problem with them in the slightest, other than they make it too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they could be. We can do it faster with just belts anyway. So might as well do it like that.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if you say 100, then the number you're actually thinking of is 500.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Right. Let's run this down here.
So is there not a way to sort of make sure that it only mines up 100 copper, or is that just not possible?
Yes, that's also viable. We could change I don't know where you're standing at the moment, but
accumulator place.
Okay. But yes, if we put provider chests or another type of logistic chest at the point of mining, and said pack it in when you've got 100 in there, then yes, that would do the job absolutely fine. But the downside to that, of course, is that all of that could be in one chest.
Yeah.
At which point you're going to get an uneven output
Mhm.
when you switch back on. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I'm just talking.
No, that makes sense. I don't know. It's to be honest, it's not an issue for me, but maybe it is. That's not really an issue to me. I don't know. It was just a point of curiosity, I would say.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm not really concerned if we're oversupplying in copper or anything because we'll use it anyway. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll use up all of this stuff, but what this would mean is that we don't get the efficiency in power usage.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
So
fine.
when we're in a period like we have been for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour
Mhm.
of not actually doing any research at all, it's nice to actually have most of the factory kind of switch itself off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's our primary use of electricity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Producing research flasks and powering the labs that use them, which
Yeah,
is fine.
and grabbing all the resources that go into making them in the first place and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Right,
get
so
that.
if the logistics system has
In fact,
less than 100 in it, then rapido, off you go.
do you know if the train is still using wood?
It should be.
Are the chests empty? One chest has got 27 logs left. The other has no logs left.
Okay, well, we possibly ought to top that up then.
Is the train actually run out of power? It's been a while since I've seen it actually. Is the train gone? Oh no, it's still got power. I will top it up with some coal, unless you've got any logs.
I got some logs.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Just to make sure it doesn't run out of oil. Run out of oil? What am I talking about? Run out of fuel. So we've got 4 roboports.
Yes, and that's necessary to connect up the logistics network.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't detect what's in a logistics chest elsewhere in the network.
Uh-huh.
What was it?
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. We survived that attack. We survived that attack indeed.
Splendid.
Do you think we should do anything about the enemy, or do you think we should just leave them?
Uh,
I think it would be cool to do something about them.
yes. Well, I mean, at this stage of the game, what you're talking about is you're talking about doing a turret creep in order to go get them.
Yes, yes, a forward turret station thing.
Right.
Do you think that's sort of worthwhile, or probably not?
Well, it's temporary because they tend to rebuild their early stuff
Yeah.
without so much as a by your leave. So so it would be a short-lived victory on our part. But it's always worth getting alien artifacts. I mean, we're going to need enough of them later on.
Yeah. Well, a heck of a lot of them actually. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want combat shotgun.
Combat shotgun.
Yeah, I mean it's just the business for taking down alien hives.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow. That looks pretty cool. So I think I've got the accumulator thing set up roughly how I want it to be. I think that's looking good.
Okay, right. Well, I'm just going to finish these off. I'll come and have a look. And
You can supervise me and tell me how it's
no,
pretty
no, no,
bad.
no, no. I'm sure you've done an elegant and magnificent job.
It's not as elegant as I would like. Put it that way. It's not as elegant as I would like.
Okay.
It's all right though. It'll do. It'll do.
Right.
After that.
Almost there on this this iron rebuild.
Great. And yeah, we've got probably 60 accumulators now, so quite a lot.
Oh, flame heck. What am I out of? Copper. Okay.
Sure, you don't
how
want
many
to go into
accumulators? 60.
60 perhaps, yeah,
Good
maybe
times.
around that. Is that how many do you reckon we're sort of aiming for? I'm thinking maybe.
Well, what does that give us in terms of a backlog? Yeah, a cushion. what's that? 370 megajoules currently charged.
Is that what it says? Yeah. That's not bad.
That's okay. I mean, it should be more than enough. I mean, that should be topped up at all times.
Yeah. Well, it's full power at the moment.
Yeah, because I mean, as long as we've got redundancy in our power generation,
Yeah.
then they'll always just top straight back up again.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to go into solar power? Solar power, should I say?
No, I definitely don't.
No.
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 Everybody uses solar power, and I know why. I mean, I use it, but it's very straightforward. It's free energy that you don't have to worry about continually fueling. And I think I like the idea that at some point we're going to have to be importing additional coal in order to maintain our power structure.
Yeah.
I may, of course, change my mind at that point and say that yes, we should absolutely be.
No, I don't
using
think we should
solar.
use solar. I think it's more of a challenge if you don't do it. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So-
not like we haven't got enough challenges already, but there you go. Right, okay, so iron is now smartified. So when the logistics system has less than 100 iron in it, more will be produced.
I don't know.
We've currently got 8.3 thousand in the system.
in the system. That's going to be as soon as we start producing.
Yep.
Stuff again.
It's going to be out of there in a hurry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's have a look at this accumulator farm on which you have been toiling.
It's not all it's cracked up to be. I'll tell you.
It's a bunch of accumulators with some pylons in there, I imagine.
Oh, don't run in front of the train.
I wasn't going to run in front of the train.
That would be a.
Put a bit of a dampener on things.
Yeah, it would. That's yeah. We've only got one power input to it at the moment,
Okay.
but we will expand. That's the sort of model we're going for, I think.
Nice.
So that's sort of maximizing the use of each medium-sized pylon.
Yep. And I mean, we can upgrade the
Down here,
the
yeah.
kind of the banks that we have once we've got substations as well.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Okay, cool.
So that's it.
All right. Well, I think that probably wraps it up for today.
Yeah.
Some sort of progress has been made. No, actually, good progress has been made. We've got we've got a healthy amount of energy being stored up, and we're now no longer producing iron unless we need it.
Which is in itself saving us a heck of a lot of energy.
Which should be saving us a lot of power. So what are we going to do next? I think oil is obviously going to be high on the agenda.
Revamped.
Yes. Oh look, this copper mine is actually out of copper. Let's give him something to do.
Well, that was copper was just under 100 there as well. So
Yep. So copper will start kicking off as soon as it goes under 100.
that's good. And now we're back up to.
It's a reasonably neat system. I mean, it's.
It works better if there's nothing already being produced, because if they're both being produced at the same time, then that sort of leads to a build-up of unnecessary, unordered materials. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that we've got enough stuff. We've got enough machinery taking things out of the belt system. That any build-up should be short-lived.
Yeah.
But yes, I do get what you're saying. But that's why we're using an unordered system anyway. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that going as well. Wow, I just stuck that down like I didn't care. Marvelous. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks you very much for tuning in. Be sure to punch that likes button as though it insulted your mother, and subscribe if you've not already done so. Because if you don't subscribe, bad things may happen to you. I can't say what, just that they might happen.
Yeah, your mother might get insulted. I mean, that might be.
At which point, only punching the like button will bring you salvation. I've been Colonel Failure. Joining me as ever has been Orbital Potato, and we will see you next time. Cheerio.
Bye.